All right. So we are recording now. And I'm going to have kind of an intro,
Okay.
kind of put in there. So that way we can just kind of dive right into it. And I know you wanted to talk about, the journey of life. And, so, I mean, how did you get started in what you're doing? I know it said that you're a speaker, or a writer. Like, I know you do speaking as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just wrote a book too, which is something that I definitely want to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if I can. Is it one turn? They don't have it where you can adjust the volume. Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Man. Can you still? All right, man. So you're a speaker. You know, you just wrote a book. And
I'm not. I just want to clarify. I want to clarify the speaker thing. I'm a lead. So I have a master's in leadership, and I have a master's in marketing. And so my background is in accounting, but I moved into marketing and leadership recently in the last 2 or 3 years. My career was in accounting. I moved into, so now I'm into leadership, marketing, and spirituality. But just to clarify that, so so just to clarify, I was an accountant first, and now I'm doing marketing. And I have a master's in marketing. I'm not doing marketing, but I have a master's in marketing. I had my own marketing company. I have I'm doing leadership consulting and spirituality now. So,
what caused how did you go from accounting to marketing to the spirituality thing?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, well, it's a long story.
That's a different kind of, like, it all kind of progressively goes it together, but it's just kind of a little bit random differences in each one. So it's just kind of like, I'm interested to kind of see kind of what caused you to kind of shift into the marketing part and then into the spirituality part.
Yeah, we're going to definitely get into it. And like I said, I just like to clarify things because I don't want people to think that I'm saying anything out of whack. I want to make sure I clarify everything to you. So I apologize. I'm just because that's my accountant side. I'm going to detail kind of.
Oh, no. Yeah. Analytical and.
yeah. So I just want to make sure I clarify that because now I'm speaking. I haven't been speaking before. This is really the beginning of my new journey.
Okay.
Which I'm doing, so I don't want to make it seem like I've been like doing like haven't been a keynote speaker for anything. I consider this now speaking now. I don't know if you've seen it on my LinkedIn. I did an hour lecture on pretty much everything that's in my book. And I just did it without no notes. I just turned my phone on and I went in about spirituality. And
were those some of your first videos that you started posting? Okay, yeah. So
that's when I say speaking. Okay. That's what I'm speaking. But I haven't done any huge mega events. This is my first podcast, and I did my first videos last week.
Sweet, man. No, that's awesome. And that's honestly why I wanted to get you on here too, because as soon as I randomly just saw your post on LinkedIn saying that you had finished your book and that it was coming out in July. Mm-hmm. And I was very intrigued by that because I'm writing a book as well. And so I'm kind of trying to finish it up also. And I was like, man, like I admire like somebody who can finish a book and put it out into the world and stuff, man. So it's just like, if you are starting now, and then honestly, when I first hit you up on an email, I think that was before you started those videos, or either that or you had just started them. And so it'll be cool to kind of see your starting point, because this is kind of your starting point, and I really like to get people.
This is my starting point. So so now the energy is flowing the right way. I just want to make sure the energy is flowing the right way, because I don't want nobody to think James ain't been doing this forever, because I haven't. I just started about a week ago, but it feels like I've been doing it for 20 years. It's crazy because I just started. I did my lectures, and I actually meditated when I meditate every day, and after I finished meditating today, I got really sick. I didn't even know I was going to be to speak today. I woke up, and I never woke up out of meditation with a really bad, like a throw up cough. And so, but you know what I mean? So and then we have problems with the audio and the video. But you know what? My whole message is you're more than that. And what that means is it doesn't matter about mistakes. Who cares? I don't care I don't care what people think about how we starting this, how any errors or any mistakes and how we doing it. It doesn't matter, because what I'm doing is real and what you're doing is real. That's why you keep saying things like good vibes and stuff like that. You're a special person, and we both are, and we're here for a certain mission to bring out positive, good vibe information to the people to help them increase their level of awareness. And that's what we're here to do.
Yep, exactly.
So I don't get into how I look, if I'm stuttering, any mistakes. I don't really care. It's real.
All part of it. It's all part of it.
That's why I have my T-shirt. On. I don't really care. This is good. I mean, man. I looked at your information, and I said because I had already told my wife that I'm gonna do a podcast. So I already knew, because I'm very psychic when it comes to that. So I said, I'm going to do a podcast, and it's just like, boom. I was actually going to hit you up and say, hey, we should do a podcast. And I said, the universe told me, don't do that, because I'm trying to change, because my whole life has been very aggressive. I'm an aggressive person in life in general. Like, I try a lot of things, initiative in everything I do. You know, it didn't matter if it was trying to get a girl. It didn't matter if it was trying to get my first career. Anything. It didn't matter if it was playing basketball. I felt like if I wanted it, I have to be the person that starts it and gets it going. That's just my personality. But the universe is teaching me that I have to become a little bit more receptive and allow other people to initiate and allow other people to take control, because that's a learning process that I have to go for the second part of my life. It's really just letting go. And I know it sounds cliche, but that's where I'm at now in my life. It's like letting go and let life just go how it's going to go. You know, don't worry about if you make mistakes. Doesn't matter how life goes. Don't worry, because the beginning of my life, brother, has been about worrying about every little thing, like, how is this person gonna feel about me? How this person thinks about me? Do I look great? Am I doing well? You know what I mean? That's exactly am I gonna get the promotion? Always worrying about like external things going the right way. And so when I got the email from you, it's like that was also the universe showed me right there. Look, you don't have to do everything. Things will just happen. And it's actually, and that's the best way for things to happen sometimes when it's not you, it's the opposite. If you're a person that's very initiative, you need to become a person that's laid back. If you're a laid back person, like you're probably a laid back person, you're probably learning to be more initiative. So that's how it works.
Exactly, man. And I always call it too, like almost like being in a state of complete presence. And being able to notice those signs and not for so long, man, like you, I would always think about a future outcome or something, or I would be looking at my past mistakes or something like that. And so it would take away from everything that I was able to notice.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm like, it's like, why can I not just let go? Because everything is supposed to happen as it is. And I already put out into the universe what I want. It's going to conspire with me. I just need to let it and be able to take what it gives me and know that that's the next step. Like, so it's funny that you say that, because I bet ever since you started this, maybe it's gotten a lot harder. Like a lot of different things have probably gotten a lot harder for you. Because I know that like when I made that shift and I was like, man, I need to be more present. I need to notice the signs. I need to put this message out. I need to do these things. As soon as I started.
What you're talking about omens. And those are just omens. And you're right. You do need to look for the omens. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And most people don't look for them. Now I see them everywhere, because I am becoming more. What it is, brother, we live in a very patriarchal society. And we really need to become more in our divine feminine. And the divine feminine energy is more receptive. And so that's what we all trying to learn to do, because that's what 2020 is really about. It's us tapping into the divinity, the divine feminine energy. And so you didn't know this conversation is going to go into nothing but what you like to talk about. And that's all we're going to talk about, man. I don't talk about the universe stuff. That's all I talk about, brother. It's all about positive vibes, like you said. We're gonna spread the information now. So that's what I'm preparing people for. That's what you're preparing people for. And tell you the truth, brother, when I looked at your information, you have a bigger presence than what you actually have on LinkedIn. I would have never knew you only had 40 connections. I would have thought you had 20,000 connections. That lets you know that you definitely have a huge energy. You have a huge energy because I don't know why, I felt a huge energy. And I looked at your LinkedIn, I'm like, wait, he only has 40 connections. You would have thought he had 45 million. That's powerful, brother.
I appreciate
that's powerful, but that shows where you're going. That just shows where you're going. I'm just happy that I'm here first because you don't want to be, like I tell people, you don't want to be the person that waits until the person already makes it and then jump on the bandwagon. You know, I appreciate you giving me a chance before you even read the book. You know what I mean? Like, that's powerful because you're giving me a platform to tell you about who I am without having anything. You're using your intuition. You're saying, no, I feel this is the guy I want to interview. This is something powerful about him. And I did the same thing for you. And I know it's because we realize is that there's no coincidence. There's no coincidence. That's what me and you realize. And we're more than that. It doesn't matter if I have a great book or not. It doesn't matter if you're Joe Rogan or the podcast. We are both more than that, and we both know that. And that's the message we need to spread to the people.
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right. And that's exactly what I want to show people because, you know, with all these, with this huge wave of entrepreneurship and all this pressure being put on people to, you know, start a business, do this, do that, you know, follow this person, follow this person's footsteps. It's like like you did and like I always did, like I created all of this internal pressure when there really was no pressure being put on me at all. I was just kind of putting it all on myself and it was all internal. And so it's like, I want to shift that paradigm and be able to be like, no, like you need to figure out who you are first and where and
I can tell you who you are because you hit me up at 145 right before 144, you know, so that's the reason, you know, that's important. That's an omen right there. You hit me up at 144 and that's an omen. So I already know that you're special and you're here for the same work I'm here. We're light workers and we're here to spread the light for the people. And we just have to realize is that our life is not supposed to be easy. That's the whole point. And I think that we just don't want that. We want materialism and we're really not here for that. And that's very hard for us to accept.
Yeah, it really is, man. And to be open.
This is a low level. People don't realize, like, Earth is such a low density, brother. Like, if people really believe this is everything, like, no, this is not everything. This is what we're supposed to be trying to. That's why you say high vibes, which means is we need to be getting out of here to high frequencies.
Yes.
But we don't need a house. And we don't need a career. We don't have a job.
No, exactly, man. No, exactly. And too many people, they don't realize that their vibration is low because they're so like, they're so used to that vibration. They've never experienced. So that's why, like, anytime that they experience some sort of optimism, it's almost like a slap in the face because they're so
Brother, it's so difficult for me and you because people like me and you. This is why the name of my book is so the real name of my book, and I had the universe for some reason wanted me to disguise it, but the real name of my book is The Power of Rhythm, Momentum, and Harmony. Okay?
Man, man.
So that's the real, and when you look that up on Google, no one has that. I got that from the universe because there's no thing that puts that rhythm, momentum, and harmony together. Yeah. Now let me explain that to you. So the harmony part is what you're talking about. But see, the thing is this: when you're the 144, when you're one of us, right? The ones that's here to shine the light on the people, and don't worry about it because this. Now look at this. A lot of people that got me. A lot of people, this is the difference. Okay. First of all, we're the first generation because how old are you?
27.
27. Yeah, that's a pivotal age. So now you're getting ready. You probably got to find a fiance, or you're looking for a fiance right now. Something in a relationship.
We're getting married in July.
I know. See, I was like it, brother. I can drop this for you. Don't worry about it, man. Have a good time. This is why I said. Yep. I know what's going on, brother. I can tell you. We're gonna do this. This is nothing, because I do this to people every day. I read people every single day for free. And the funny thing is when I was on my journey, before I got to a high level of psychiatry, I would go and pay psychics. I spent thousands of dollars on psychics and got nothing, and got absolutely nothing. Whereas I just quickly broke down. You told me how old you was, I could tell you exactly where you are in your life. If you notice that, right? That's true. That's true psychiatry. But that's what you. But the people you go and pay, they don't have that. They can't tell you. They can't tell you nothing. I can tell you a lot. I can tell you your whole life story by just looking at you and feeling the energy. You get what I'm trying to say? And
yeah.
I don't want to get off. I don't want to get off. I don't want to get off here, but I want to talk about the harmony thing again.
Now, go for it. No, talk about anything, man. I want to hear about how you incorporate everything, and how you create the harmony for each.
You already know we don't have enough time. There's going to have to be a part 2. So you already know the time is going to fly by, because that's my second book, is about time and relativity. So I got one. Okay. I got the first book is more spirituality based on just the wholeness of spirituality. And the second part is I break down time. It's the only 2 parts that there is here. The only 2 parts that is here. The highest level of information is in both of my books. And no one even knows. They're the best books ever written, because they're the best books that consolidated all the information. So just to give you what I'm talking about is, I'm actually what you call the Scorpio generation. Okay, I was born in 1984, which is we're the Scorpio generation, to analyze the deepness of our psychology. And that's what I did in both of my books. This has never been done before. There's never been a Scorpio generation in a long time. You know what I mean? And who would better be able to break? That's why Drake got an album called Scorpio, because that Scorpio energy is powerful. And that's why we listen to his music. It's very powerful. That's why he's a #1 artist, because he taps into that Scorpio energy, which taps into your deepness of your soul. So, you know what I mean? Okay. It's a lot more to the Scorpio thing, but that's one small level. But what I'm saying is this. My dad was a Scorpio, okay? Scorpios go through a lot of trials and tribulations. If you ever met a Scorpio, they're going to always tell you they had a lot of bad luck in life, okay? Even if it's a sun or a moon or whatever, or ascendant, whatever. They're going to always tell you that they had a lot of struggles, okay? Now, this is interesting. Because you had a lot of struggles, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be into this. See, you've been through a lot. See, because if you didn't go through a lot, you wouldn't even be into this. This wouldn't resonate with you. Yeah. So you get what I'm trying to say? And so what I'm saying is that the harmony is crazy, because when I got to the top of the mountain, because I know what you call the 5%ers and stuff like that. I have a role model, and he's a 5%er, and that's what Wu-Tang is. They got the knowledge. A lot of the rappers, the Wu-Tang. So they come from that, but he didn't realize that I surpassed that knowledge, because even that was limited, and that's what we're here to do. We're here. And you're here to do the same thing, is actually take the vibration to a higher level, right? Beyond color, beyond career, beyond past experiences. Because people still are caught up in 3D reality. You know what I mean? Like the black man is God, or the white man is God. No, they still not getting it. You know what I mean? And no one's ever
these flesh thingies. This isn't really us. You know what I'm saying?
We're more than that. We're more than that.
It's the essence of who we are. It's that energy level that you're talking about. That's who we are in totality. Like, even when we die, because so many people are afraid to talk about death too, and experience that. And
we don't die.
And it's like nobody lives forever, but your consciousness, who you are, that.
I'm so glad you said that. Okay, so then why do people invest so much time in their body when only thing that lives on is their consciousness?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No one wants to know.
And not only that, we tie our identities to that. We tie our identities to that very physical body. So that's who we become. We don't even think that we're consciousness. We think we're this beautiful piece of physical art, when in reality we're this deep spiritual being that has so much more capability and so much more potential to be.
Dude, technology is actually not technology, right? I mean, think about it. The things that we're doing now, we consider technology, like flying places. Like, we didn't even have to fly because we can just teleport. We didn't have to do that. That's why this place has been around for 1 trillion years, and we just created planes because we never needed them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually going backwards, and we don't even know it.
It's so funny, man.
We're going backwards, and we don't even know it. It's sad because everyone thinks we're doing great. Like right now, we're doing this, and technically, I actually to close my eyes and envision you, and talk to you that way. That's higher technology. Technology is not using a screen.
Exactly.
But it's hard to tell someone that.
And people don't get it.
They're not into spirituality, so it's just like.
And like, people don't get it. And, some people, they have a hard time even just struggling with the very simplistic forms of that. And so, that's one thing too that I want to help with, is kind of simplify it down so it's not so like insanely like overwhelming for people. You know what I mean? Because some people just are like, no, that's not right. Like, no, that's incorrect. And they're so quick to dismiss a lot of things without really like getting
Before we go to the next segment, can I use? Oh, it says you can still hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, did it blank out?
No, just that my internet was still going up. Can I use the bathroom really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll pause it.
Yeah. So, all right. So back to what we were talking about. About rhythm, momentum, and harmony. Okay. And, back to that harmony thing, man, most people don't have it. And that's what you just said, because most people are so connected to their promotion, the jobs they have, or whoever they think they are. And it's like, you're more than that. Because how do I get that you're more than that? No one ever used that before. No one's ever used that. So if you ever hear anyone say you're more than that, they got it from me. Because I've never heard anyone use it, because I got it from the universe personally. And I wrote an entire book that was 27,000 words in 3 or 4 days based off of that's it. Just you're more than that. And I just wrote a whole book just that quick, because it came with a download. That message came with a download. So even though it says you're more than that, I had a download, and I'll tell you what I mean. So I would go to the gym, and I'll be on the treadmill. And I'll be riding the treadmill for about 45 minutes, and the words would come right to me. And then I would go, when I would come back from the gym, I can just write. Same thing. I wake up out of a meditation, I can write. But then it would be a certain time where when the book was over, I don't get it anymore. I wouldn't get the words anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then my books, it was just powerful how you can really just so it was crazy. So in the dream, I was talking to these kids, and I was just telling him, it wasn't kids, it was just this kid. He was like a hood kind of guy. He was hood. And I would just tell him, man, you're more than that. I was just telling him, I said, you're more than that. And his girlfriend said, look, brother, you need to listen to him. She told him, because he wasn't really, all right, brother, yeah. His girl told him. His girl said, look, man, this brother telling you something, you need to listen. And I just can't, and that was it, because so many people, how many people you see every day that do not know that they are more than what they think they are?
It's funny. I was actually just talking to my fiance about that on the drive home. We were in El Paso, and on the way home, I was saying, it's astounding to me how people only do what's called upon them. And even some people don't even do that. And it kind of astounds me because it's like, you know, things trickle. So I don't think people realize that when you are trying to like reform certain things, you can pinpoint it to one thing and make that little shift and start to really transition your entire life. But people are so comfortable with being comfortable that it's like hard for them to realize that they can be more than that. You know what I mean? So they're so blinded by their own egotistical influence around everything that is like even just Western culture in general. You know what I mean? Like like they're so thwarted by everything that they can't see clearly. And
let me explain. I can explain that to you. We can do it that way because I can explain it. Just ask me, and I explain to you why they're the way they are. Okay. And why you're not the way they are. So first of all, there's two people here. Now, let me explain this to you. Now, I know when I got a message that's powerful from the universe because you start to say the same thing over and over again. It's like,
yeah,
you
it's
know
your
what
truth.
I mean?
Your truth.
It's a truth. And I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. Now, there's two people down because these are the questions I was asking the universe. Explain this stuff to me because I need the information if I'm going to help the people.
Yeah.
The universe knew. So I'm going to take a step at a time, but I'm going to explain this to you. There's two different people here on planet Earth right now. I'm going to explain it's two people. That's it. Two different kind of people. This is, once again, we're going to psychology. That's a Scorpio energy. Just two, because I found out. I've been here. I hit the highest level. I'm the guru. I'm 35. I'm the guru. Okay? Now, I know you don't understand that. You might say, well, how's you a guru? You don't look like one. You see, that's why. That's powerful. That's what I'm saying. That's why this is why this is an exciting time to be on this planet. Because the people that spiritual is not spiritual, and the people that are spiritual, people don't think they're spiritual.
You haven't tapped into that yet.
Because it's hard for us to see the light. Because if you're living in darkness, you don't know what's light.
Yeah,
you think light is. You think you're always gonna think the opposite when you're not living in harmony. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, so what were we saying? The last part we was getting into. We were saying, the two different kind of people.
Oh, okay. You were saying two different kinds of people.
This is a question, because what I do is I ask a question to the universe will give me the answer. Because this is why I say I'm the guru, because I remember when I got to a point, because I was just like everybody else on YouTube and everything else, trying to figure out everything out. And I'm like you said, I was still confused. They leave you still confused. It's like, you got it, but I don't got it. And I got to keep coming back. Like when you give people information, brother, this is what I want you to do when you become the guru, is give them the info. Study hard enough, like you said, when you're already on the journey, because you told me you are. I know you are because you're talking to me. Make it simple, like you just said. It's not that spirituality ain't that difficult.
No.
And so there's two people here. One person here is to go to college, or maybe not, get a job, find a soulmate, have some kids, get a house, pay the mortgage, send the kids to college, pay off the mortgage, and die. Okay? That's one kind of people. No, I'm just explaining to you.
Yep.
Let's not make this hard. Let's have a good interview. Let's make this simple.
Yeah.
Which one am I?
Simple spirit, or what would we call this? Like spirituality made simply.
One-on-one. Why? How long are we gonna make spirituality something that it looks like okay?
It's this abstract. Yeah. That is
I'm a vegan. I know all these mathematics.
Labels, even just labels in general. Like you can't really understand them when you're in that essence, because it's like no. Like you are you. I don't think you realize you are you, and you could be more. And it's like everybody's like, yeah, no, I'm a vegan. I believe this, and this, and like that's me.
Screw everybody else.
Yeah, it's like.
But when you do that, are you in harmony?
When you're
like that, like these people are, when they have hate for others, are they in harmony?
Nope.
That you got it, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So when you got the spiritual guy, you got the guy that looks spiritual, but then he telling you everyone else is not spiritual. Everyone is, then he's not in harmony. So he's really not as smart as he think he is. Well, let me explain so I can break that down to you later. But there's a second one, a second kind of person. Second person is a person that comes down here for a challenge, for obstacles. They come down here to experience we come down here because we want to experience something. So when you ever been in a dream, and in the dream you kind of can control it, you kind of can't get what you want, the girl you want, you go right up to her, you can have her.
Those lucid dreams, yeah.
Okay, right? So you have these, so everyone hasn't had these kind of dreams, so they don't really realize that. So me and you had these dreams since we were younger.
Oh, yeah. There's dreams that are like crazy real, and I can actually control everything.
Crazy real. I'm talking about just as real as me and you talking right now. You get it. So this is why me and you are different, because we have a lot of light. So when we go into the dream world, we really go into the real world. And so when we come back into this one, we're like, you ever have when you come out of a dream, you got a lot of information, you feel real smart, and then it kind of dies out after a few minutes?
Yeah.
Like after about 20 minutes, you're an idiot.
I felt this crazy muse like 10 minutes ago, man. Like what happened?
Yeah, it's like because it's such a higher frequency when you go into the other, and that's why people like me and you, we can deal with a lot of stress, because when we go into the dream world, we can rejuvenate a lot better than average people can. We can rejuvenate very well. That's why we come out of it, we could kind of leave all that stress and all the problems we had and come back into it refreshed. You know, like, okay, well, life ain't that bad. But everyone else is still pissed off because they didn't get the same kind of rejuvenation when they went into their sleep. Now, the second kind of person to experience the opposite of that, because see, if we've been here for trillions of years, there's no time to it, right? There's no time. Why do we want to incarnate into a place where we can just, now I know you don't want to, most people don't realize this. I know this is what irks me, and I'm still, before we had this interview, I was already preparing for it in my head. I prepared for everything in my head. So I was preparing for certain that I want to talk about, because I'm still trying to get these answers myself, but I want to share with you guys what I'm thinking about psychologically, because these are questions I have to get them all right so we can all figure it out as human beings. What are we here for? What is our purpose? Like, those are the questions. Now, I just figured this one out about a couple of days ago. And the universe is just trying to tell me, like, you don't want it that easy. I know you've heard someone else say it before, but they haven't said it how I'm going to say it to you right now. You think you want it easy. You think you want a life where you live in a castle. You live like a king. You got everything. You think you want that, but reality is that's not what you want.
Yeah.
You don't want anything easy, because it's like playing a video game and you win and you just advance to every different level without even trying hard. It will be boring. We are here, advanced beings that have been here. Now, everyone, don't get me wrong, everyone here has been around, but then there's levels. So people like me and you that have done this game so many times, we want it to be more and more challenging. You know what I mean? We already had lives where we were celebrities. We already had lives where anything you could think of, we already played that role. That's why I said we're more than that, because we have already played all those roles before, and we're trying to do them again every time around. It's like the universe got to tell you, look, brother, how many times are you going to want to play the same role? How many times you want to be the rich white guy? You know what I mean? You know, I was the rich white guy last time. I got to play the black dude this time. You know what I mean? That's struggling. You know what I mean? That's what's about. Try to convince people that we don't live only one time. That's the hardest thing, because the West has took away reincarnation out of the doctrine. It's not in the Bible. It's not in anything. So most people are trying to live everything, all their desires within 60 years. So the second person that's here is here to exhaust, not to exhaust the desires that they have, like the desires to be rich, whatever it is, to look, beauty, status. You might not, and you can exhaust them in a few ways. Okay, one way is you can just say, you know what, I'm happy without those things. That's the better way to do it. The other way is that life would just throw things at you where you kind of get it and then you're still not happy. And you see like, wait, it wasn't even that great. Yeah. And it's like, all right, what's the next thing? Because let me get, so now we get to how much time we got left?
We still got a good, 20 minutes or so.
Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, so you gotta let me know, brother. Cause now
no, man, you're good. As long as we're wrapping up around like 1:30, or here it's like 1:30, like, or it's like right now it's like 12:50 over here. So as long as we're good at like 1:15, 1:30, we're fine, man.
Okay, so you said 20 minutes. Okay, so I'll look. So mine would be about. Okay, so mine because
honestly, brother, I don't want you to feel the pressure of any time limit right now. The universe will give us that end note. It'll be perfect, man. Don't even worry about it.
Well, hey, I'm all about structure too, and that's part of spirituality, structure. So I ain't worried about it. So don't worry, because people think that spirituality people ain't about structure. Well, we are. We work real hard, and we about structure too.
Honestly, that's one of the ways that I cultivate momentum in my life is utilizing discipline. That
is spirituality. That is spirit. People don't realize that we are the most disciplined people around. You cannot get more disciplined than a person that's studying something that they can't see. You can't even.
That's a great point, man. Yeah.
It's like, Matt, you telling people, hey, man, spirituality is real. They're like, can I get some money? It's like, okay. Can I get a house? Can I get a materialism? So that's fine. So it'd be about 1:10 in my time, because we have to do a part 2 in another week.
And honestly, man, the reason why I pick certain people is because I want to progressively keep being in their lives. I want to progressively see, like, every single person that I've interviewed so far has been leveling up and doing more than what they are currently. Like some people are doing, podcasting, and they're like going real hard on it, and they're getting to that next level. Some people are getting to the next level with their clothing brands. Some people are starting to do masterminds, and I got all of these people at their very beginning. And so that's what I want to get with you, man, because I definitely want to have,
the mastermind, you're talking about, when you said the mastermind, you're talking about Napoleon Hill. Okay. But he was one of my greatest. See, I studied everybody. Let me explain it to you, bro.
You've exposed yourself to so many perspectives, probably.
Yeah, everyone. Nietzsche, Plato, Aristotle, everybody. People think spirituality like we're chumps. No, I studied everything. No, I didn't just study spirituality.
We have like the most openness to everything. Like we're able to taste every little bit and be able to internalize it.
How could I represent the universe if I'm a chump? The universe had it. So when I was 15 years old, I was told I got prophesied when I was 15 years old that one day that I will help people spiritually. The universe gave me a prophecy at 15 and said, one day you will know. And I didn't find out until this year when I wrote 2 books in 6 weeks.
So, okay, so you know what? I want to talk about. I want to make sure.
It wasn't by mistake. It wasn't like I didn't tell you this. I was prophesied when I was 15 years old in a church, and they called me out. Is there a James here? I kept sitting down because is there a James Watkins here? And I kept sitting down. They said your grandmother name is Mary. And she's sitting right next to you. And I had to go. My grandmother was like, come up there, boy.
Oh, man.
So this interview, I'm telling you, brother, you're powerful and you're more than that. And I hope you're not judging your success by how many people like your podcast. I hope that's not what you're doing.
Definitely not.
Okay, because trust me, it's easy to say, but this is harmony back once again. Life will throw enough obstacles and challenges if you're really here for a true purpose, like I was here. Like I'm here, and you're here for the same thing.
Testing constantly.
Best believe you're gonna have the most challenging life ever. But let me explain it to you. So now we get into the second person, right? I just explained the first person. We know those people. We see them every day. They just happy. It's like they always get what they want in life. You know what I mean? Like everything they want, they got the good parents. Everything works out for them. You know, anything they try, this works out. It's like, what? It's like, I work harder than them. Why I don't get none of that stuff?
Yeah.
Because we're not supposed to. And we're not. Now, let me explain this to you. The reason now my book is powerful because, and this is, it's not by, so if you watch the videos, the 1 hour lecture, a guy got very mad at me and I don't respond to people on my LinkedIn because I realize, and you should probably think about this too, is when you're really here for spirituality, brother,
it doesn't matter.
You have to be careful because there's a lot of trolls. People that just want your attention, that's literally trying to knock you off of harmony. And so what I do is I don't even start the conversation no more. I can just use your sixth sense and say, what is this person about? Because don't wait for them to kind of do you know what I mean? You got to sense people fast now because you're not 22 where it's like, you don't want to be in a relationship for 2 years. Like, oh my goodness, I got played. This person was an asshole. I wish I never met that person. I have no time to do that. And so now I know people. I tell my wife, I said, this is this person's agenda. And that it'd be 9 times out of 9, it'd be their agenda with one word they can say to me, one little thing, and I can tell the whole agenda, what they're trying to do. I don't have to go. That's why I said I had the guru status.
Yeah.
I can read a situation so well without going. When I was younger, I didn't have that. I had to go through the whole experience. And like, oh my God, this person is crazy.
Well, one thing that I realized too is just that every single person that is not me is judging from an outside context. Like they don't have context in my life. They don't have context into any part of like my mental state as to far as like what I was doing or what I was thinking in that moment. So
you have specific people that are here to actually stop you from getting to where you're supposed to go. Now, it's not a bad thing. The universe is okay with that.
You need that tension. You need that tension.
You need that to get stronger. Yeah, you need the resistance. So you have certain people, but what I'm trying to tell you is I just want to make sure that you're cognitive of it. So every person you meet, just think, what is this person in my life for?
Yeah.
Why is this person talking to me? Ask those questions. Like I do that now.
Same. Same.
I don't. You know what I mean? It's like because we're too old for that now. Like we know that
you can't let
9 out of 10 people that we done met in our life have been here to knock us out of harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just close this. So let me explain this. So if you've seen, I'm glad we get into this part because I got last 10 minutes. And this is the part I like to talk about. So we got the two different people. The first people are the people that just go through their life and try to get self-serving, just pretty much self-serving agendas, just trying to get there, trying to get status.
Trying to get
everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be balling and got money. Everybody want a Range Rover. It's like, yeah, you're nothing special. we all want that.
Yeah.
That's 99% of people. Okay. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, and those people don't realize that this is why we're here. Now, this is why this is a hard mission because 99% of people are self-serving. And when you're self-serving, it makes you separate from harmony. It makes you separate from the universe. The universe can't use a person that thinks that they're just here to please their own self-serving needs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's it. What do the universe can use you for? How can it use your vessel to bring in energies when you're just restricted to these small little dense materialism that's on Earth?
Yep.
I mean, how could the universe help you graduate to higher levels of awareness when the only thing you care about is getting a new Louis bag? You know what I mean? I bought my wife a Louis bag. I'm not saying don't buy.
It's like you're not judging.
Stuff.
You're just that's how people are.
Realize. Yeah. Just don't let take the time to read my book, read spirituality, and study too. Like, you know what I mean? Because people don't realize that in the last 10 minutes, this is the part I want to get to. There's a reason why I'm talking to you at 7, okay? 27 is a very pivotal age. And I put on my thing and on my videos, these videos are for people between 26 and 39.
That was weird. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second.
1 second. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know if it cut out on you, but it cut out on my end. So sorry about that.
Yeah. So let's go to the last 10 minutes here, because that's why I'm going to cruise control them. All right. So
lightning round. Let's go.
Lightning round, brother. We the new spirituality people. We cool. It's called cool. We're making spirituality cool. How about that?
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I love it.
That's what we here. We're the new gurus. We're the new ones. The people don't think we're the ones that, because they got an earring. Oh, he ain't. No, we spiritual. We're spiritual. We put the work in. You know, you got the kind of the beard. That's the new spirituality, brother. It's us.
I embrace it.
It's us. It's us, brother. We do what we want to do. We're not the typical 9 to 5. Go to work. No, we create our own schedule. We wake up. I meditate at 3:00 p.m. I can do what I wear pajamas at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I'm not confined. I'm not confined by anything. Like I'm not, like, you know, and when you can get to that level, you know, where you're not giving into fear and you're not giving into these other things, and you're using those as stepping stones, it really allows that clarity to be like, yeah, man, like I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm everything all in one, and I'm just being. If I can just be, and I can just not be confined to anything, any sort of specific marginalization, like then I'm free. Yeah. You know?
Like they said in the movie Into the Wild, he said, brother, I'm not destitute. You know, in the movie Into the Wild, it's a book and about a guy that went on his journey. You know, you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm sorry, you cut off and everything. So let's go. So like I said, let's go to the ages, because the ages. So once again, let me explain this to you. We're trying to make spirituality easy. That's what me and you're here for. So let's go. Let's do some pivotal points, because everybody want to talk about nonsense like this. The gal is too much confusion. Let's go some ages here and break things down right quick, because we only got about 7 more minutes. Because you know it got to be a part. That's why I said you got to just buy my book. I wrote over 50,000 words. It takes you over 35 hours to read. You know what I mean? So obviously I can't put that all in an hour for the interview. If I wanted to, I wish I could.
No, you're fine, man. I've had people on multiple times, just because all the relationships that I make, man, are lifelong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's really what it's about. And that's really one of my main things is great relationships with people who help build you up and who help challenge you as well, and challenge your ways of thinking and stuff. And there's definitely going to be part 2s, part 3s, part 4s, and it's all going to be different. It's all going to be different transitions within your life, so that I can kind of capture it and capture all the different things that you're able to accomplish from here on out. So
absolutely, you know. So what I'm going to say, so the pivotal ages, and this is what people like to hear. So I want to give people information that's like, oh, let me turn my ears on. What do you say? 26, 27? So the ages, the time, and that's in my second book. I go over numbers. My first book is about colors. The second book is about numbers. So 26 to 29. Now, well, 26 to 28 is when, like I said, is when you kind of like, you're going really fast. You have to be very cautious, because things can bad happen to you in your life. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be very cautious around that time. That's why people do get married with the wrong person, or you know, they make bad decisions normally on that time. You know what I mean? It could be a good decision, but it could be a really bad one too. But 27 is very important because that's when your brain actually develops. Like it's completely developed now. When you were 23, your brain wasn't developed completely. I mean, not just like in psychology, even in the universal terms. Like in a universe term, your brain does not completely develop to about 27. So you're just waking up. Even if you say, well, I've been woke for 5-7 years, like, nah, you haven't. You just woke up like right now, 27. It's like
funny that you say it's funny that you say that because I used to be very non-spiritual. I used to be very egotistical and entitled. And I used to be kind of one of those workhorses, but with a false sense of morality. So I was justifying the wrong things. And so I was justifying manipulation. I was justifying me being entitled to things.
Well, you know why? Let me explain that to you. It's because there's the philosophies for that. There's philosophies that tells you, oh yeah, just go for you. It's gonna work out. And trust me, I've listened to those philosophies, and they're very persuasive. They're very persuasive because I even thought like maybe I should go for mine.
right. Yes. No. And
for me to be spiritual, I went down that path.
Yep.
I remember, and I was like, for a couple of days, I'm like, you know what? The dark side is kind of nice.
It feels good, actually, man. I'm actually getting what I want.
I can summon some demons, and maybe they can give me some nice stuff, you know.
Until you realize what you're doing, and everything stops.
Yeah.
And everything and all this bad momentum you've done kind of just hits you, and that's what happened to me. And I almost lost my family. And all these things, and so I had to hit that wall.
But the thing is that you're lucky. Some people could have did everything you did and would have just life would have kept giving them fruition. See, you're lucky because I told my wife I feel bad for smart people because when you're smart, it's the wrong recipe for spirituality. It just is. I feel bad.
That's true. Actually.
It's just a bad recipe when you have like a lot of like an internal genius. Like you're a genius, and like everything kind of comes. You're very smart. Had a high SAT score.
When you have more IQ than EQ, it almost throws off the harmony as well.
It does. I mean, it's just very difficult because it's just like true spirituality has to come through struggle. I know people don't want to hear that, but because if you haven't really been through a lot, you can't be spiritual. And you can read as many books you want. You can read every spirituality book ever.
You can preach it, but it won't come from a real.
But it won't mean nothing to you. It won't be in your heart. It won't hit the heart chakra.
And it won't resonate because the frequency's not there. The intention's not there. The frequency's not there. So
it's like the young kids. It's the young kids on YouTube at 22, preaching spirituality. It's like you're not even 20. That's what it is. It's like when you see people out of age ranges trying to be like gurus, you're 21. What do you even know? You haven't experienced anything yet. Like
you're just able to start drinking legally.
Yeah, you could be having a good time with your life. But I was 21. I was getting wasted. I didn't even know about spirituality.
It's like up until recently, man, I was living life. I was trying to experience.
Are you serious? That's what you're supposed to do. That's the only way you could become spiritual. Jesus was able to have a great message because he lived a regular life. He was a regular person, a carpenter, just doing regular things. Man. That's the only way you can, because the people that need our help, brother, are people that's from the bottom. It's not the people at the top. It's the 80% and below, right? It's the people at the bottom they don't have the knowledge to understand about the government, what's going on. They don't understand about how we've all being screwed over. They don't understand that socialism is actually a good thing.
And they're jumping into all of these entrepreneurial tendencies without that realization. So they're just being left with like nothing.
Well, I traded the stock market for 5 years, so I can just break down the whole stock market for people. You know what I mean? So that's why where spirituality people are. The new spirituality is interesting because we have a broad sense of knowledge. Where religion.
It's not just in one area. It's all connected to all these other areas, and we tailor it.
Down politics, anything. I can break economics. I can break it down. And so that's what makes my movement more powerful, because I put this stuff in my books. That's why you asked me, what are you? I said, well, I was an accountant. I sat for all 4 parts of the CPA exam. I got a master's in marketing. I have a master's in accounting, and I have a master's in leadership. Before I even wrote my book, the universe wanted to test me to make sure that I was smart first.
Yeah.
I had to put the work in. You know, it's so spirituality is not about just like meditating. No, you got to put work in. You got to go through bad experiences. You got to read a book.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. And actually, I talk about that in my book and everything that I talk about as well. Is just in order to create that level of empathy, you've got to expose yourself to the good, the bad, the ugly, the experiences from other people. You've got to like internalize that and really create a sense of how to resonate with other people.
Well, you see this with geniuses all the time. They be a 12-year-old genius, but they have no social skills. So you're really not a genius.
Nothing.
Because you don't know about life.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yes. You know one thing. You're an expert in one thing, and like you know that. Like,
but they have no empathy. They haven't even learned empathy, compassion, mercy.
Yes. Everything that goes along with it. Like, oh my God. All the doors and all the opportunities that you're closing just without empathy. It's like insane to me. But yeah, well, man.
We live in a world where you can get a 1600 SAT score and not even know anything about history, know anything about the stock market. So you can go around with this living in bliss. Like, I know everything. I got a 1600 my SAT, but the SAT only tests you for 2 hours, and life is a trillion. There's a trillion amount of information, and the SAT only tests you this amount. So how smart could you really be anyway?
Exactly.
But the last thing I was going to say about the ages is, most people don't realize is that you only really have up until 35. You think about it. All the greatest people died in their 30s. Okay. Now let's break this down before we get up out of here, because I want to make sure we drop the knowledge on them.
Yep.
Jesus was 30. Jesus was 33. Martin Luther King was 39. You get what I'm trying to say? You look at all the people. I'm talking about that change, the harmony that brought the harmony here. Right?
No, you know what's crazy? I hate to interrupt you, but I've always told people, like, I feel like I'm gonna die young. I don't know why, but I just feel like it. I feel like it. So I try to take care of myself. I try to do whatever just for my family. Just for my family.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I know. I don't think I'll be here to 100 either. I don't think I'll be here to like 80 either.
I gotta get it out.
I know.
But go ahead and continue. Sorry.
I know. That's why I wrote my book. Do you know? That's why I wrote my book so fast, because I was like, I gotta just get this manuscript up, and then I had to, and I'm like, why I'm doing this? No one's even, and there's no demand for my book. I had no reason to rush to write the whole book. I just felt like I gotta get this out, and I have to. I mean, and it took me to edit. Every time I edited my book, it took me about 17 hours, and I edit each book at least 2 times. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But it's just like, and I had no reason to do it fast. But the universe is like, kind of like, you get this done. And I felt it, like, I gotta get this done now. And it's like, if I die, at least my wife got my second book already done. Yeah. And
honestly, that's why I put out so much content. That's why I put out so much content everywhere, is because if I die tomorrow, I just at least want
it's like you put the stuff out there.
It's all there.
It's all there.
Everything is there.
You know why? Bro, because Sam, we realize that we don't want to come back here again. We're trying to complete our soul mission, and so the universe don't bring us back here again. We're like, we don't want to come back. Please let us help the people out, and we're gonna get up out of here. But let me explain this to you. So this is what no one teaches you, and I'm giving you the new information that no one teaches people. So your journey starts around 26. Mine started at 26. It takes about 9 years. It's a 9-year journey. People don't realize that. So the first 25 years is for you to do what you want to do. The universe doesn't really care about what you're doing. You can do anything. People think, that's why people don't want to become spiritual, because they think, well, I did this wrong. They're thinking about as a Christian. Well, I sinned and God gonna get me type of thing. They're like, nah, nobody gonna get you. You living in bliss. You're not even an adult yet. God don't care about what you're doing. You're a kid. It's like, that's like you spanking a 1-year-old. It's like, what's the point? Yeah. That's what the universe sees us as. We're nothing but a 1-year-old. We're not. The universe said, and I'm glad this is out there, so people can know. I'm gonna speak for the universe. The universe is about love, peace, and harmony, and that's it. Unconditional love, brother.
Yes.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love is what it's about.
So we can stop all this. The universe is going to get me stuff through the whole God thing concept. Because that has nothing to do with the universe. The universe is about love, peace, and harmony, and not about punishing people and kicking people out the Eden garden. But let me get past that. So I'll give you 2 more minutes just to finish this part. So from 26 to 29, that's when you do start to your life has to go on you have to get on the path, because especially if you're here to do a certain amount of calling. But so now you have to, that's like you're 27 and it's like you're speeding now, because I have to get something done. You just know, you don't know why, but I got to get something done. And you're just speeding. But make sure when you're speeding from 26 to 29, don't go too fast, because you can crash. Yeah. Okay, so you want to slow down too and make sure you be cautious. So, I don't have to be simplify this. You're going to get this stuff. Now, from 29 to 33, you're going to enter another stage in your life where now you have to start to really go into a deep study. Okay. It's about 4 years of nothing. I'm talking about every day. I'm talking about studying yourself. Not just yourself, but understanding the universe and what the universe has for you to do. Because what I had to study might not be what you have to study. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. Because then you just have the same message as me. You have 4 years. So when you hit around 30, when you hit around 29 to 31, you normally lose something. Like a parent might die, or you might lose a job or something like that. Normally you might lose a whole bunch of friends. People that was kind of in your life that didn't really mean nothing to you much anyway. It's a good thing they're not in your life no more. So you start,
so it's almost like you get this new opportunity that you need to accept or dismiss.
That's gonna happen around that happened around about 29, about 30. Now 31 to 35 is crucial to people that listen to this, because I know 31 to 35 is crucial. 31, 35, that's when you really have to prepare for your mission. So whatever your true calling is, between the 31 and the 34, that's when you need to start to do the training for. So you have to start to do, say if it was Mount Everest, that's when you need to start training the summit to try to get, so you got to start summiting and doing the training for the mountain. You don't get on the mountain yet. You're just training for the mountain. 30 to 34. Mm-hmm. Then 35 to 35. Now, that's why Nipsey Hussle died at 33. That wasn't by coincidence that he died at 33. Now, because he did enough of work where that's why he didn't make 34. Because 34 would have initiated a whole new journey for him.
Wow.
That's why. So I'm gonna break down the information if you want. We could do this how we're gonna do it. So that's what happened to Nipsey Hussle. He died right before because the universe didn't need him to initiate a whole new journey. So that's what I'm saying. So really, the 35 is really the cutoff, where it's like you technically can do everything between 31 and 35. Everything you're supposed to do here on Earth, you're supposed to do it really around that time. Now let me explain it to you. That's why 27 years old is the age of the max potential for a mathematician is 27. Just think about that. It's not 54, it's 27. So we have these pivotal points, and that's why we look at from 18. So if you look at from 26 to 30 to 39, or to 35, that's like 12 years. Because we on this 12 clock. We got the clock and it's running. So you got the 12, you got the 18. And then we on this certain clock. I personally seen the clock, bro, and it scared me. And I wrote my second book when I seen the clock. I saw my own clock that's running. Okay. Yeah. So we all have a certain clock that's running. And so it's funny, this guy, he trolled me on my LinkedIn. He said, now, he wasn't bothering me before, but it's funny because but he was wondering why I kept ignoring him, because I already knew he was sent to get me off of Harmony. But so what he did was, now I sent him something that was a person clapping. I didn't do it it was by mistake. But that gave him a chance to keep talking to me. And so what he said was, what got him the most angry at me, he said, and people do great things after 39 and this and this and that. Now, he didn't get the message. What I was saying is after 39, you already completed your mission, and now it's time for you to worry about others. I'm talking about your individual path, brother, to not the path. No, of course, you have other things to do after 39, but then it has to do with others, like your wife. It has to do with your kids going to college. You know what I mean? It's about others after 39. I'm talking about your individual development. Why do you think Michael Jordan got 6 rings at 36? You don't get 6 rings at 54. You do. So it's the same thing as spirituality. You peak spiritually at around 35. Mm-hmm. So that's all I want to say to that. You know what I mean?
I say too, and I like your take on it, man. Like I like that it is a very different perspective, and I think that it's one that you don't hear very often at all. It's not out there yet, you know, obviously, and so I really like that you're putting that out. And so, lastly, just to kind of transition out, we will have another interview for sure.
Okay.
So I want to make sure everybody knows the book is it's going to be July 31st. Is that correct?
So they can buy the book now, though. The book
so they can buy now.
I'm going to show you the copies. I have more than enough copies for people. I have more than enough copies. Buy them from me. They can email me at jwct860 at gmail.com. jwct860 at gmail.com. I will autograph it and send it to you. And look, you don't have someone that spent $5 million to sit down and have a dinner with Warren Buffett.
Oh yeah, okay. Did somebody buy that eBay thing yet, or they bought that eBay?
Yeah, $5 million. So it's just like, look.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
If you're getting my book, it's just support me, so that way I can pay for marketing. This is an expensive thing, you know what I mean? And so, you know, that's all you're doing it for. Because, like I said, I'm doing an interview with you. I did the 1-hour lecture. You don't really need. I speak to people every day, and I give them stuff for free. People charge to be a psychic and stuff like that. I would never be a psychic. Before, if I didn't write a book and the universe didn't have me to write a book, I would have not used my skills to sell it. Like, it's just too cliche. I don't want to be I can do astrology. I can read charts. I can do all that stuff. I can do all that stuff to charge you tons of money for it. But it's too corny. No diss to anyone that does it. It's just not me.
Yeah. It's just everybody's path is different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not me. I decided to do a book form because I'm a philosopher. I like philosophy. And I feel like this is just philosophy. That's all it is. But spirituality is free. So
awesome, man. Oh yeah. Well,
so you're just supporting me. So if you get the book, if anyone gets the book, they just supporting me. That's this year supporting me. And that's all it is. Because spirituality is free. You just gotta look within, meditate, and you'll be fine.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? It's all within you already. Yeah, you're helping me out.
You're already connected. Yeah,
you're helping me get more out to you if you help me. You know, and then lastly, it's just LinkedIn, right? Is that the only?
That's the only thing. I have LinkedIn and Twitter at Influence.
Okay.
At Influence. At New Influence 1. New Influence number 1, and you can find me on Twitter too.
Awesome. Sweet, man. So we got your Twitter, you're on LinkedIn, and your book, Despite the Odds, they just got to email you.
Despite the Odds, brother. You know, and we got one more book coming. I'm publishing that book in August, and I should have the copies by October. And it's really going to get people ready for 2020. So they're going to be ready for that second book.
I agree, man. I agree.
I told people. That's why I'm not worried about people buying my first book. I'm like, when they see my second book in the cover and how, like, the name of it, they're going to be, I ain't telling one yet, but they're going to be like, wow, this is pretty impressive. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I appreciate your time, and I'm so happy that we got to meet, man. And we'll definitely, keep going back and forth, and we will, maybe just work on some stuff in the future or something, hopefully. But yeah, man, the universe definitely put us in each other's lives for a reason. So I firmly believe that. So
And good luck to you, and good luck to your partner. You are a very great interviewer, and I'm very honored to be around a person that really cares about the universe. And I mean, that's just, I mean, I wanted to be on another podcast, not having anything to do with yours, but I know it's not going to be as good as this one. Because that person that I was thinking about being on an interview with, I just know it would get me a bigger popularity, but it won't. The person that I'm interviewing with is not a universal soul at the level you are. And so because I didn't know you were until we started talking. I was like, it's like he got the knowledge.
I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Yes. Thank you. Like, thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot because, you know, everybody that's around me, as far as like the people, like literally that I'm around, other than, I mean, you know, my fiance believes in me and stuff. Otherwise she wouldn't be my fiance, but everybody else,
I don't know. Like, it's hard to get support even for your wife.
So yeah, right. Yeah. They never want to listen, but they believe in me. Yeah. So it's like,
I'm married.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody else in my life, like nobody told me I could do this. Like nobody pulled me into doing this. I just felt like I could do it. And like you said, I got a message from the universe and I just felt like I needed to put it out into the world. And that's exactly what I'm doing, man. So I appreciate that because the only support that I've gotten is the people that I'm working with. And so it's
that's the hard thing about.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's results because, unfortunately, you might not get a reward. You might be the best person, the best podcast. I know you're already better than Joe Rogan. You're already more knowledgeable than Joe Rogan. You're special. But the whole point is don't compare it to your rewards. You might not get the reward for it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. That's the hard thing about when you do stuff in the universe. You might not get rewarded for what we do. That's why it's difficult. Yeah, that's the difficult thing about it. Because same thing with me. Like I'm working hard. What'd you say? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just say give without expectation.
I know it's hard though, isn't it? It's hard. Man. It's hard because we've been programmed since we've been a kid to get
transaction
rewards, like get the A, get the sticker. Yeah, we got the carrot and stick, man. We're so used to the carrot thing, man. And I put that in my book, like the ideas of getting rid of like money and stuff like that. I mean, we should think about it. I mean, we should think about advancing and evolving. We've already tried money. Let's try something else that can make us more in harmony and not in competition with each other. I don't care if you have the same house as me and the same amount of money as me. At first, I thought, no, I don't want that. I want to have a little more than the person next door. But then that's not being in harmony.
Nope. Yeah.
That is not living in harmony if I want to have more than you.
Exactly.
I need to be okay with having the same. If you have a house, I have a house. If you have a white shirt, I should be, even if we don't have to have the same white shirt. But in concept form, I should be okay with saying me and Sam is the same. And me and Sam should have the same. And I should at least have that. I should at least be okay with that concept. And most people are not.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right with that too. Oh yeah, man. No, this is an amazing talk. We're definitely gonna have a part 2. Oh yeah, man. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and just thank you for like all the kind words, man, and everything, because it means a lot to come from somebody with your expertise. You know, the guru. It means a lot coming from you. So just. I look forward to future working with you, and I look forward to, getting in this relationship, even further, and just going back and forth anytime and all that. So thank you, man. Really. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Take care, man. Peace, brother.
Right. You too, brother. Later.
All right. Okay. All right. Later.